he's not there anymore, dude. God damn it.
Yo. We're back for another week. Very disappointed out of the gate, too. We had man going on. He was frozen. It was going to be one of the best starts to the show ever in the history of the golf show that we've done for 4 weeks now. It was going to be the best. But somehow, and now he pops back.
Oh, here he is.
Like the hero he is. But he ruined it. Get him.
Oh, no, you ruined it. Oh, there we go. Hey, Mangone, does it work now?
It does.
How's it going?
I lost my. Why do you keep switching it? Oh, there
It's good now. We're good.
Okay.
Did you grow Tony some more Mangone bucks in your cheese head?
No, we didn't have a.
We didn't have any. You weren't here last week to instigate. We didn't have.
I feel bad that I was not here and then I won $100,000.
That's good mojo though. You're bringing the 100K forward this week.
I did tell the Discord to play Aldrich Pot Guider. I did do that. So if you're a paying member of Run Pure Sports, you got that one.
Yeah, that was.
We needed him to close the deal. I was disappointed he didn't.
I know the 60-1 would have been fire.
How much do you have on it? Did you have a decent amount on it?
Yeah, like a couple $1,000. It would have been really stupid.
I only had $100 on it, but I was still rooting hard.
Yeah. Dude, that tree. Fuck that tree. Yes, Matty Ice. Fuck that tree.
Tony, to be fair, last week when we pulled up the gambling, we showed two top one or not top one, first round leader odds, and one of them was Jeremy Paul. I think he hit it, so that at least hit. But we didn't. Who's the other guy we had? I think it was it Harry Hall? No, it wasn't Hall. We talked about Hall a lot though.
We talked about Pot Guider a lot on the show too. I mean, it was a decent week. I mean, there was a lot of good things happening run pure wise. If you were in the Discord, there was a lot of things.
I wanted to really get into the weeds and talk about the fescue and the grainy Bermuda this week and all that. But then, I realized it was a resort course. And so I pulled up who leads the PGA Tour in driving distance. And Pot Guider leads the PGA Tour in driving distance. And
by a decent amount, too.
At that course. Not this week, but last week. And so that was an easy one.
Yeah,
I mean, he hits bombs, man. He makes Bryson look like Mangone.
Dude, he's Bryson 2.0, especially because he can't hit a wedge at all.
Like he's way worse than Bryson.
He's worse with the wedge than Bryson.
The short game is so bad.
Oh, my God. It's hard to watch him with the wedge.
It makes you appreciate, though, that he does as good as he does without any sort of short game.
None. He can putt
like
a
Kevin Kisner around the green. Like, did you see Kiz last night just shanking everything in sight?
No. How is Kiz still on there? It's
not good.
You've been actually watching the TGL or whatever that's called, Tony?
I watch it just because it's always on Mondays and Tuesdays when there's like hardly anything on the TV. So I'll have it on. I don't mind watching it.
Imagine not watching like Hornets Blazers on a Monday night or something.
Can't say I'm watching the old Hornets Blazers on Tuesday night as much as I said I mean.
Kisner went to shit like overnight too. He was like okay, and then it was just like he sucks.
He lost it. I mean, he literally hit the booth last night like a full hosel into the gallery.
He's at that age. The age is like early 40s. It's like 40, and he's 41. So I mean, he's at the age where it flips. So
some of them, but then you got like
that's the age. Like that's if you had to pick like when do you fall off? Like that's the age. Some guys do, some guys don't, but that is. So it's not like Kevin Kisner was like in all
this.
His wife made. Is that true? Like his wife made him stop
Zinners? No Zinners either.
Really?
That could be there could be something to that.
Yeah, I mean, not being able to dip while you're playing would be miserable.
I'm trying to look this up. I'm trying to see if we can find some info.
Figure out the dip situation.
I'm Googling it, but I don't got much on it right now. But that's here's in 2022, golf fans were raged at Kevin Kisner spitting all over the place. So I don't know. Maybe that is the case.
It's a fucking golf course.
I don't know. I'm just.
Oh my God! It's like during the Olympics when they tried that English chick. The hot English chick, Charlie Hall. And they wouldn't let her smoke cigarettes, and she was pissed. Then she sucked. She came in like dead last.
Stuff like that, I don't understand it.
All right, well.
Big teeth, throw a big chew it.
You can't smoke because it's the Olympics. Shut the fuck up.
And how can you not spit on a golf? I could see like not on the green or something, but everywhere else.
Maybe it was just like egregious, and they're just.
I'm a big
know,
fan of like seeds. I have a bunch of seeds when I golf and spit them all over the place.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd be able to do that on the PGA Tour. I'm not sure. I don't know if they.
I'd probably get in trouble. You're right. I mean, they don't allow stuff like that.
Yeah.
I used to always have to smoke cigarettes when I played cornhole.
I could see that being a cornhole thing.
Yeah.
Wiley smokes freaking cigarettes in his car. Like he'll just drive and he'll just pull a
That's
heater.
insane. But without the windows down?
Without the windows down, just hotboxing you. You just sit in there in just a chamber of smoke.
My brother was like that. He would smoke inside too, and I mean, whatever.
I mean, there's nothing worse than that smell when you're just hotboxed. When I first started working in poker too, you were allowed to smoke at the poker table, which you can't do that obviously. But you would have to sit there, and you would they just smoke it right in your friggin' face, and you'd have to just take it.
Cigarettes are not cigars. Kill me. Like if somebody's smoking a cigar and I'm talking to them, I will walk away.
It's just right next to you too.
Cigarettes are fine. Cigars, I'm walking away.
Yeah. I don't like mind the smell of cigarettes, but when you're just sitting there and you have no choice, that's why they changed the rule, honestly. Because like you shouldn't have to sit there and just smell it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's dive in. We'll talk about the slate. Got Uncle T in the chat. He's making fun of your hair, JBC. So he says you need a haircut. I don't know.
Like my dick, Terry.
Terry will be in Vegas in a
I got to hear stories about him going to Vegas with you guys. Like I cannot picture my Uncle Terry in Vegas.
It's true. He doesn't leave the like a 20-mile radius too much. So
I need to take Terry to the club.
Are you going? If you take him to the club and like bring a camera, it will be legendary content.
I get the bottle service for Terry. He can have his water or whatever he drinks.
Yeah.
Voss water for $50 a bottle.
It will be amazing content if you get that man in the club.
All right, Mr. Drunk Guy, this was embellished. I was updating my NBA teams because when you play our partner site, you're not able to cancel out of games when the contest closes. So DC invited me to Hooters. FanDuel doesn't size their contest properly. And then I said, I have to bring my laptop to Hooters to update my FanDuel teams.
That thread he posted, though, was one of the best threads I've ever seen. Like, I laughed at every single picture.
Yeah,
I just have a full tape measure just in the corner, like just not even put back together.
Because it's broke.
You lost a battle with a tape measure.
No, I got it from a friend because he moved in here he moved like four months ago, and he said, oh, I got this, some guy left it at my house that was doing work, and he's like, you can have it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I took it, and then I was on the phone with my mom, and I was talking about measuring the couch, and as I pulled it out, it just wouldn't close. And I was like, all right, well, it just stuck. So
you just popped it in the corner of the room?
You need to adopt my philosophy on everything surrounding owning a house, which is I don't know how to do anything, so I'm just going to pay other people to do it.
Well, I did that with my desk that got put together yesterday. So
are you on it right now?
I'm on the new desk, but
we need an update. We need updated pictures as this stuff happens.
Okay, I can, but I don't know if I haven't figured out where to put out like the monitors and stuff because there's like an upper deck and a lower deck.
Well, you need to start by getting a new monitor for the one that's broke. That's the first priority.
That might be in the RPS budget to get Mangone a new monitor.
It definitely is. Like we have to put it in the budget.
I don't think I would get rid of this monitor.
Amazon, you can get one for like what, $50?
It's like RPS budget. Number one things we need. Number one, Stats needs a fucking iPhone.
That's number one.
And he has to use it. Yeah. I'm tired of this Android shit. I can't talk to him on airplanes. I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Number two is Mangone getting a new monitor.
Like, come on, Stats.
Yeah,
he's talking to neuroscientists or whatever on these shows, and he can't get a friggin' iPhone.
Oh, they're probably like, look at this green text. Who is this bitch?
Yeah. No, I do have a mic. It's actually I can use that in a little bit. But is my mic bad, Tony? Like I've never, Tony. If my mic was ass, you would tell me. You would be.
I don't think it sounds like incredible. I can tell it's not, but it doesn't sound bad.
Wiley's mic sucks.
His just like changes every time. Like sometimes it's loud, sometimes
it's like
quiet,
he doesn't know how to work it.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Like I haven't changed the settings on mine in 3 years of doing shows, and it's always the same. Like I don't get it.
These expensive mics do not fuck up.
Yeah.
Well, and Tony, even if I do, I don't know if I'd get rid of this monitor. I think I would still.
You seriously sit there and look at it while it's crooked.
No, what I think I would
You're
maybe
gonna hurt
do.
your neck, dude. You're young right now, and then you're gonna get fat like me, and your neck's gonna fucking hurt.
I'm definitely not going to get fat like you. I'm not going to get fat.
You're calling
keep
your
telling
shot.
yourself that.
I'm not. I don't like whenever I gain a certain weight, I just instantly lose the
At
weight.
some point, though, you get to a point where it doesn't.
You don't
matter
give a
if you
shit.
care,
I mean,
like,
I'm swimming 6 days a week to make sure.
Oh
He's
I
still
get-
single. He's still single.
swimming 6 days a week.
Yeah, I have
You
to.
swim
Yeah,
6 days a week.
yeah, I can't run right now, but I'm swimming. Yeah, I can't run.
You get in a pool and swim 6 days a week.
Yeah, it's been an
Fuck.
interesting
laps?
change.
Like,
I
how
have a
many laps
pool
are
in
we
my
talking
backyard, and I swim once a month.
Yeah. I've been going. It's been.
Like, how many laps are we talking about here? Like, I need to picture this.
I probably do like 10 to 15. It's not bad.
Oh, we got Andrew Peterson's calling you out. He wants a
Maybe.
swimming race.
Whoa.
I'm not good. I'm not good.
Any
I'm not-
stroke and distance, he said.
AP swimming champion?
Yeah, AP used to swim, I think, in high
How
school.
tall? How tall is AP?
Yeah.
He's got to be about 6 foot, maybe a little taller.
Does he have the wide shoulder, the Michael Phelps shoulders? You know, the real wide.
I think he would probably beat Mangone. in the
AP would
pool.
beat me. I'm not fighting it. Maybe eventually. Who knows? Maybe I'll get to a point where I can call him out.
If we had a race, that's a more good content.
No, we need
like,
this. We do need this.
Who would not love to watch you get in a pool and swim laps? Like, everyone would
Oh
love
my
that.
God, this is easy. This is easy. We're gonna give Kurt $500, fly him to Denver,
Yeah.
and make him folloh
That
Mangone around
moves
with a
above
camera.
the iPhone and the #1 priority of the spends list.
Oh, gosh. Look at JSU, our fitness guy. He's saying fat is a choice.
Of course, it's a fucking choice, but at some point, you don't give
Go
a fuck.
climb a rope, JSU. Go climb to the roof on a rope.
Snyder, you think you could beat me in a swimming race with your
With his legs tied together.
Oh, like a merman.
With his legs tied together.
Okay, we need to put Snyder in a mermaid suit.
I'm in on this. I'm in.
So he really can't use the he
Snyder,
can't
With
do
his
it.
legs
Mermaid
tied
suit.
together. If you lose
Snyder,
to a
you
dude
tie
with
your
his
legs together,
tied
I will whoop you in a race. Whoop you.
Oh, there we go,
Oh yeah,
Snyder.
Mangone cribs though. We do need the Mangone cribs.
Which is
We need updates. Like, when you get a new desk, you gotta freaking update
not-
the chat.
Yeah.
it's not fully done yet. Because I don't know like
It
where
doesn't
everything-
matter. It's a process.
How much money is
thing.
in the
You show
cheese
it.
head?
Probably roughly around 300, I'd say.
Like, when do you take out and when do you put in? Like, how do you decide?
When he loses a bet to you, that's where the Mangone.
That's where it comes from?
Do you want like the real way it all happened?
Yeah,
So,
I'd love it.
Is that for buying weed?
no. So I'm not gonna put all that money in my wallet. So it was money that I got for like Christmas and like, you know, birthday stuff or whatever. Some of it I've already spent, but that's when I got it. And I left on December 26th. So what happened was I just put it in my car, like the middle console. I put it all in there. So like you can't see it or whatever. I'm not gonna put that much cash in my wallet. It's just too much to put in there, right? Like I'm not gonna carry it around like it's a giant brick like that. So anyways, I had it in there. And then what happened was my car, I had to get it fixed. And I'm not going to leave all that cash in my car while someone's working on it. So I grabbed it all. I brought it in the house. I didn't know where to put it. So I just put it in the corner there in the cheese head. And I was like, oh, it's a perfect spot. So I just saw it in there. And I figured I can use it to tip people when they come do stuff. And just whenever I need it, I'll grab the cash and call it a day.
The tipping thing is important. I do keep a bunch of cash just sitting there for that purpose.
Yeah, for like small, like
Do
yesterday. I
you
had
keep
to
it in a
tip it.
cheese head, though?
No,
I mean, I don't know. Where else?
I have a panther head.
You keep
I
it
have-
in the panther head?
No, I don't. I have a
That would be
merce. I have a
amazing if you
merce.
sent the picture to his cheese head with your panther head with cash in it.
Yeah, I
But
need to find the panther head. It's in the
DC and I
closet.
decided that when I do get the setup all there, I need to have the cheese head and the cash always in the background now. And I think that's a good call. I might have to have the cheese head cash.
Like, it should be where we can see it, right in that little gap behind you. That should just
Yeah.
be the cheese head with the cash.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I still have to figure out because I wanted to get my 2 football helmets behind me, but I have to figure out what view I'm going to do. And before, when I had the height, I looked shorter than JSU. When I had it a little higher in the monitor, it looked ridiculous. But I don't know. Do you have any other questions about my amazing thread?
A lot of them, but I want.
Oh man,
updates.
yeah. Oh, personal story. I promised AP that I would tell this story today on the show, so I'm going to. yesterday, I had the 2 for Tuesday special, as they call it, the colonoscopy endoscopy double at 7 o'clock in the morning. I actually told Tony this story too, it's great. So I show up at the hospital at like 6:30 in the morning, and if you're old or if you have stomach problems like me, you know that when you have a colonoscopy, if you're not pretty vigilant, it's fairly simple to soil yourself. And so as I'm getting out of the truck to walk in the hospital, I clearly shit myself. And so I'm trying to and there's like 20 people around, and I'm like trying to waddle into the hospital. And I hear my wife just yell, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, let's get in the fucking hospital. Like, blah, blah, blah. And she just screams, "There's butt juice on the seat."
Was it the car or the hospital seat?
Oh, the car.
The car. You got in the car seat.
Oh yeah. and everybody turns and starts fucking staring at me as I'm walking in. I'm like, this is fucking great. It's freezing cold outside. It's 6:30 in the morning. I just shit myself and there's fucking shit all over my fucking car. And so I go inside and I have to throw my fucking underwear away and the whole fucking bit. and I go up to the lobby and I'm having I don't sit down and I stand there until the end, and then I had to get them to give me pants. It was this whole fucking ordeal. But that's what I had to deal with yesterday morning.
That
Gunn didn't even crack a smile to that.
I know he didn't crack a smile the whole fucking time.
I was reading
or something.
I was reading a bunch of the chat, and Christian was disrespecting Grandma. I'm not going to tell Grandma not to give me cash. Okay, Grandma likes to do that, so don't disrespect Grandma, Christian. I'm going to say
Terry knows. Terry knows. He's old enough. He knows how it is.
Yeah, listen, I'm not looking forward to the old colonoscopy. That sounds disgusting.
Good now though.
Have you hit any of the Tony? You're not at the age yet, right? You're almost there though.
I'm sure I am supposed to, but I haven't. Yeah.
I literally, this is what I said. Yes. That's the quote.
Can I get some pants?
Again, TGH, I'm not going to disrespect Grandma. Don't do that. Grandma sometimes
getting some heat for the birthday cash.
Grandma sometimes listens. Okay.
My grandmas are all out of there.
I mean, Grandma likes to do it. It's what she likes to do. You let her do it, and you call it a day. But I'm not going to complain.
It's true. My grandma used to give me $25 even when I was 25 years old.
Never say no to cash.
I'll say this: Grandma's a huge Pat Mahomes fan. She loves the Chiefs, so she's
okay. That's a choice.
Yeah, I know it's an interesting choice. I don't know how it happened, but it happened. So I always got to ask her. All right, we should dive into some golf unless we got anything else to talk about. Any more stories with people?
We got a solid 18 minutes in there of some stories to start us out.
Yeah, well,
I had to cap it with some butt juice.
I'm sure we'll have more stories when we get DC on with you, Big T, so we can really talk about
going on a wallet or just carry the cheese.
That would be good. Carrying the cheese, that would be fun.
He just swims wearing it on his head.
I need some swimming footage. See, you brought me right back in. I have to see this in the pool. I want to see you jump in and swim a few laps. I have to see it.
I went all out. I got the goggles, the cap.
You got goggles on too? I have to see this.
Well, yeah,
is this like an LA Fitness or La Fitness, as I like to call it? Is this like La Fitness?
No, I go to 24 Fitness. I don't know what you mean.
24. My bad.
I'm sure it's the same thing.
Viewers you would get.
He's not a La Fitness guy.
Live and did that.
What'd you say?
If you went live with goggles on and a Speedo and you jump,
I'm not doing a Speedo. I'm not in a Speedo, Tony. I'm not in a Speedo. That's not.
We need to set an over/under for how long it fucking takes him.
Dude, I'm telling you, I tried to do it without goggles. You need goggles. It's impossible.
You wear goggles to swim.
Tony, you have to. You can't. It's not.
Swim 10 laps.
I promise you, yes, you need goggles. You would do it after a while, and you would need goggles. I promise.
Wait, Speedo? Wait, did he say Speedo?
I do not wear a Speedo.
Terry's talking about little dick bulge action.
I do not wear the Speedo. Do I swim with the beanie on? No, but I do have a cap, so you have to.
Do you understand how good this content?
He has a cap. He has a
fucking. Yeah, because I
seriously have the cap and goggles.
Yeah, I have too much hair.
You're not being serious right now. I refuse to believe this is a serious conversation.
Yeah. Should I snap you a picture of me with the goggles?
Yeah. Absolutely, you should.
Should I post it on Twitter and be like,
yeah. I need to wear the cap and not wear the Speedo.
Dude, I'm not wearing the Speedo.
You gotta fully embrace it.
I could not do a Speedo. I think it's so uncomfortable. I don't like when people wear Speedos. I think it's weird. I'm not a Speedo guy. Can't do it.
The bush too big, too grimy.
We need the pig.
Need to get a little Brazilian.
Mr. Drunk Guy, I'm telling you, if you want to do it efficiently and right, yeah, good luck swimming without the goggles. It's not efficient. Like,
Oh my!
I mean, you will break
God,
Twitter
dude.
if you post content of this. Seriously.
so just I'm trying to think of the caption. I need a good caption for it.
You need to just hop in and just go for it.
Well, yeah, I do
The
it.
caption doesn't matter.
I do it every day. So no, you need a good
6
caption.
days
No, you said
not
6
every
days a
day,
week.
only
Don't
6 out
fucking
of
Sorry,
7.
6 days. You're right. I take off Saturdays because it's too packed. It's too many people. So
You shaving
yeah,
your arms
not-
and legs? You shaving them?
no, I'm not shaving those. That's insane. That's insane.
Be a little more aerodynamic.
No. But I will say the people at the pool have been nice. They've given me some tips and helped me out. So
Tips.
Oh my God.
Are they hitting on you, Mangone?
I mean, one 60-year-old lady did invite me to the hot yoga class. I will say that.
Oh,
That
one of
was
my buddies
hilarious.
does hot yoga.
That was actually hilarious. She told me it's very expensive, but if you want to go for free, I can get you in. I was like,
Oh,
I
the
don't want to
hookup.
go in, but she did invite me. It was hilarious.
Tony, you do yoga?
I would love. How much money would you pay to see Tony do hot yoga?
Oh man, yeah. I love going around with Tony because he acts like he won't do something, but then if you call him a pussy, he'll do it.
It's kind of true.
That's how it works.
I don't know if I'd swim with the goggles on though, even if you called me a pussy.
Tony, who knows? Maybe it'll be a Bill Belichick situation for me. Maybe the lady's got tons of money and I get into a good situation. You never know.
Yeah,
Gotta
Yeah.
look out.
I wouldn't be against that.
Sugar mama.
Like
Yeah.
that. What was that chick yesterday that everybody was talking about on Twitter?
Oh yeah, dude, that was crazy. She fucked her.
Yeah,
girlfriend's
actually,
dad.
that's crazy.
Crazy.
What would you like? What would you do in that situation? Like, they're still together. That's insane.
Kill myself. If
Yeah, I would not still be
Seppuku.
together because I'd be gone.
That's the seppuku play of the week. Your
Yeah.
dad fucks your girlfriend. That's
Yeah,
the
you're gone.
seppuku
I'm
play
gone.
of the week.
No, you're
You can't.
gone.
It's your life's over.
What do you do with dad? Like, do you talk to dad anymore?
No.
No, you kill dad. You kill dad.
You can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't do it. That was.
The girl, whatever. You kill dad.
Yeah.
I mean, you can find another girl. You know what I mean? The dad stuff, it's
I
definitely.
will say this. I actually have a cousin who his girlfriend that he has a kid with, his dad knocked her up. I'm not sure if they were still
It'd be as
together.
bad as it gets.
So now they both have a kid by the same woman.
Yeah.
That's
as
a real
bad.
thing.
That's peak bad.
That is Georgia for you, rural Georgia.
Nah, yeah, you.
Like it
you
would be
definitely-
bad if like one of your best friends did it or something, but it would be way worse.
No,
than-
your dad. It's your life's over.
You don't talk to the family again. Like, it's just
No.
You can't come back.
I'm moving to China.
Yeah.
You got to go out of the country. You can't even go like California. You
No,
gotta
it's
go
No.
bridge jump or out of the country.
out of the country.
Or bridge
Full,
jump.
full
You can
Jacob
bridge jump.
Bridgman or out of the country.
That would be brutal. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah. All right, let's get into the golf, man. Going. Stop distracting us.
Yeah. Let's get into the golf. All right. Last week obviously wasn't a rough week for JVC, right? Won a ton of money. But I'm just saying, like, when you look at the slate, when Russell Henley is 10.7K, like, it's a rough week, right? I'm just saying, like, the golfers are gross. But, hey, there's still money to be won. Russell Henley, 10.7. Shane Lowry, 10.5. And then, I think we'll just keep that as I guess, do we want to put the 9Ks all together, JVC? Does that make sense? Just one.
Well, I don't think that Henley and Lowry are either one are the best play in a vacuum is the problem.
Okay. Let's just lump the 9K in a butt. Let's put them all together.
Yeah, put them with the nines.
Yeah, okay. I think that makes sense. I'm seeing Shane Lowry as the most expensive option between the two at 25%. And then when you get to the 9K range, you got Daniel Berger, 9.9, Sungjae Im, 9.8, Pendrith, 9.5. The most highest owned guy is Sepp Straka at 9.4K, which, again, Sepp Straka being 9.4 just feels crazy too. So we got even Minwoo Lee, Big T's guy in there, Benny On, who he loves. So a lot of different golfers up here to talk about JVC. you obviously just said, hey, the 10K range, we got to lump it in with the 9K range. So kind of explain why, and then talk about some of your favorite plays.
Well, I like Daniel Berger better than Henley and Lowry, even if they were all the same price. So I think Daniel Berger's by far the best play on the slate. I don't think it's close. I don't think the field's gonna act that way, but most of the sharper books are leaning that way. So if you go to Pinnacle, Berger's the favorite. I think that's rightfully so. He's an accurate player. This course requires accuracy. He's played well in this Florida swing before. Berger, I really love Berger, and I think that he's my number one guy this week. After him, I think Straka is rightfully next. He's won here before. Again, an accurate guy, good at avoiding the water, which is all really that fucking matters here. And then after that, you're looking at Henley and Lowry as the next two. They're probably going to be overowned, at least to me. But the issue there is you don't really need the price savings because, frankly, it's such a crapshoot with how much water's on the course and how shitty the field is. I mean, you got guys like Nikolai Højgaard at 7,400 who basically has the same odds as Benny on 9,000. So there's no downside to there's no penalty to playing Henley and Lowry. So I'm going to have a fair bit of them too.
Yeah, the one guy you mentioned, Berger, the thing I do like about him, we're on the Florida swing, right? And that's typically where he thrives a ton. So I do like that as a play. He is coming in at about 15%. And for the 9K range, only one guy is single digits right now on Sabre. It's Benny On. So yeah, most of these guys are going to get ownership, right? If you're just using an optimizer, you can easily get two of these guys if you want to. It's not hard. You can do three if you'd like. It's just not that difficult to. We don't have like a Scotty Scheffler at 13K driving up, all the ownership that way and then causing less ownership in that 9K range. Tony, I'll go over to you. Talk about the 9K and above range.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting week, like you said, with Henley 10-7, Lowry 10-5. I mean, all these guys are similar too. Honestly, down to Keith Mitchell. I mean, they're all somewhat similar as far as talent, as far as what they've done. But I think my take's a little different. I think Henley's by far the best play. I know he's the highest owned. I think he's the I think he'll be the highest owned. I think he's overpriced too. So I get it with the price savings. I think he's a similar play to Berger. I do. I don't think there's all that much separation between all these guys. I think they'll all be somewhat owned similar too, though, most of these guys. But I just think Henley's perfect for this course. Irons. I love his irons. I love him on shorter courses. He's in good form, a couple top tens, which a lot of these guys are too, honestly. I mean, Berger's in good form. Lowry's in good form. A lot of these guys and good history. So they are very similar, a lot of these guys. And I think it's more who I don't like in this range than who I like, just because I think that's how I'll go about eliminating guys. And like Benny On, I'm a big Benny On fan, but he really hasn't done anything lately. He hasn't been that great here in the last 4 years. So he's out. Keith Mitchell is solid. But again, like JBC said, the price doesn't really matter. I'm putting all these guys in the same bucket. 9,100 and 10-7. I know it's a 1,600 difference, but it's not the normal like Scotty at 10-7, whoever at 9,100. It's not like that to me. So I just think he doesn't have the upside. Who else do I have? Pendrith. I think you could go there, but he's the one that feels overpriced to me. Sung Jae, I just never play Sung Jae. I don't want to play him at 9,800. So the rest of the guys I like though. I like Henley, I like Lowry, I like Berger. I like Berger a lot. I do agree with JBC there. And Straka. I'm not playing Denny either. There's no way I'm paying 9,300 for Denny. He's got to get hot with the putter. I'm just not. And Denny's course history is like the worst of any by a mile. He's got 5 missed cuts the last 7 years here. I mean, if I see 5 missed cuts and the dude's 9,300, I mean, I'm just not going there. So Denny's actually the easiest fade for me of this whole range. I think he is a very bad play. But my rankings would be Henley 1, Lowry 2, Berger 3. So I just top to bottom for me. I like Min Woo too a lot. I always like Min Woo though.
Yeah. JBC, what was your rankings for the 9K and up?
Berger 1, Straka 2, Henley 3.
All right, yeah, I like the Berger call. Tony, I'm glad to see you finally said Taylor Pendrith was too expensive. I said at 9K it was too expensive, and you went against my guy Hideki. So you're learning, you're getting there. So we gotta find a way to get some money off you this week, though.
If you like in this range, let's find something in this range.
I like Berger. That's who I want. That's the guy.
I'll take
One thing I'll say is about these guys is typically people will not. You talked about how they're all decent course fits at the top. People don't play this tournament unless they're good at this type of golf. They will just straight up not play. And so it's all the guys who know that they can play with irons and avoid the water that are playing. Like Shane Lowry isn't just picking this tournament out of nowhere. He's doing it because it's his strength.
No, I do agree with that on Shane Lowry. I think
It's
Shane,
all of them up there too, really. Like,
Yeah, they're all accurate iron players.
And just like when I look at each of them, they feel the same to me. Like they really, Denny's really the only one, and I'm not a huge Denny fan just because I'm never big fans of the guys that have to make putts, but he's the only one that doesn't like stick out to me in that range.
Well, Min Woo also is more of a long hitter than at least like I think of him as.
No, you're right. He is.
Min Woo's the guy, and Pendrith too. Pendrith's the driver guy, right? Like those two, I would say, are like the ones that don't seem like the iron guys, right? If
I'll take Henley.
They're just playing because they're playing well right now.
What was who would you want to take?
Henley versus Berger.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. I don't care. That's fine. Obviously, I like to get the best
He
price.
wants those fungi cheesehead bugs.
Yeah, dude. Can I have it actually out of the cheese?
Out of the cheese?
Yeah,
Did he pick the bills out?
Mail to your house in an envelope and everything.
Yeah, straight out of the cheese head.
That would be good. Snyder, get out of here. I'm not trying to wager you. It's for the
Snyder's
show.
always tried to swoop in.
Yeah, it's for the show. We're having fun. It's not sitting here going. I'm not sitting here grinding at the slots, hitting the Buffalo slots. Like I'm just settle down.
I love that he grinds that. I will say, when I was in Vegas, I'd do the same shit. If I saw something, I would fucking walk up to it.
It's probably
and what he does, dude. I've seen so much in my time in the casino. People make a lot of money grinding that stuff. Like if you
It's a grind, though. It's a grind.
And it is a total grind, but you can't lose. And people laugh when you say that, but you can't lose playing slots if you do it the right way like that.
And here's the thing. Those types of machines are virtually non-existent in Vegas these days, but out there in fucking Nebraska, they probably got some old-ass machines.
Yeah.
Hey.
I don't know how
grind, there's no doubt about it. You got to grind to find them. You got to walk all around all the casinos, and you got to find the right spot.
Yeah.
What do you look for? Like, what's the? I've never.
Like
you're looking for like either a certain type of machine or a machine needs to be in a certain position. Like like say there's a game where it's fish on the screen. There needs to be a bubble in a certain place, and then it's advantageous to pull
it's the
it.
number too, though. It's the number how close it is to the progressive. Like it's where it has to hit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll have to next time I'm in Vegas, maybe I'll try it out, or I'll be looking around.
You're not gonna know what you're doing. You gotta know what you're doing.
Yeah, you gotta.
I'll do my research. I'll do it.
Yeah, you gotta do. Okay, you need to ask Snyder for some tips.
Yeah,
Snyder definitely knows how to do it. For
of course, I'm not going to use our 2-second conversation as my
it's not gonna work.
That's what we should do for some content. Me and Snyder will just drive around to Indian reservations in the Midwest, looking for these fucking old ass machines.
Try to run 1,000 up to 100K or something.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the below 9K, so the whole 8K range. Highest owned guy is Davis Thompson. As gross as that sounds, we got Michael Kim. I know he's someone that we talked a little bit about last week. Tony, your boy Jordan.
Michael Kim in the winner last week. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, Jordan Spieth is 3% in this range. So, JBC, are you playing any 3% Jordan Spieth, and what are you doing with the 8K range?
Yeah. I mean, I think Spieth is playable, just because the field is so fucking shitty. But the best play is Davis Thompson by a significant margin. I don't think it's particularly close either. I think Davis Thompson should be priced up where Straka is. I like his game for this course, and I like him a lot better than fucking Max Grazerman, with his injuries the last few weeks. Ben Griffin, Michael Kim, none of these people speak to me. Thompson's a lot better play than them. Second best play to me in this range is going to be Kurt Kitayama. Another strong iron player. Bit of a flop lag coming off sucking ass last week. I didn't really understand why he even played that tournament last week. Third best in this range would be Cam Young up at 8,800. I know people fucking hate Cam Young and he's been in the fucking toilet. But again, the accuracy's there, and in a vacuum, he is a better player than pretty much everybody in the field. He just hasn't been with it recently.
Do you think he's actually going to bounce back here, though? Like, obviously, when guys' form is just so off, I don't know. I know Tony likes the the form a lot. So I don't know. He's going to be 11%. What do you think about that?
Me? Are you asking me?
No, I meant to ask JVC, do you follow recent form really closely? Basically?
Oh, I mean, I do, but at a certain point, it becomes where if a player is significantly better than everybody else,
yeah,
you can get to a point where, form doesn't matter as much as he's just fucking better than them. And I mean, Cameron Young is better than everybody in this field besides maybe Sung Jae. So,
yeah. I'm guessing Cam Young's a local too. I don't know how true that is, but that's what our guy Tim is saying.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of locals in this though, because that's where they all live. They all live like right down in there.
Yeah, I believe it. Tony, talk about the 8K range. Obviously, Jordan Spieth, he's going to be low. And Max Gracerman also around 5%. But Davis Thompson at 21%, man, I just prefer other 9K guys probably. But what are you doing with this 8K range?
Yeah, I mean, there's, like I said last week, every favor sim ownerships there's just no way it's true. But there's no way Davis Thompson gets that high. But still.
You don't think he's – no, I think Davis Thompson's going to be chalky as fuck.
I mean, but chalky like 15%. There's no way he's in the 20s. There's no way.
Depends on the stakes, but yeah, go on. Sorry.
I mean, well, yeah, higher stakes. It's always going to be more chalky in that. But in the main tournament, 15% probably. But this range, the 8Ks, I always have a trouble with the 8Ks. I just don't. I think it's bad, but I kind of do like the similar guys of who JVC said. And it goes with the ownership too. Like Cameron Young somehow is projected pretty low owned to me. I think his game fits here. Spieth is projected low owned. I think his game, just that he wasn't going to play. It's what JVC said in the first part too, where they come and play when they think the course fits them and they can compete. Just out of nowhere, he decides he's going to come play this. His form, I know he just missed the cut two events ago, but he's playing good and he came here. So I have to think he's got a chance, and being low owned. I like him. Cam Young, like I already said. Ben Griffin, I think, fits the course pretty nicely, just the way he gets around. And then Kitayama last week, he's what, 10K? Now this event is even easier, and he's 8,300. So just a pure price play. I agree with JVC there. So those are the guys I like. But in general, man, I hate the 8Ks. I will get some of these guys in my builds for sure. But like in my main team, I don't see myself playing anybody in this range in my main team.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I would just rather load up on these 9K guys. And I mean, JVC, you kind of said it before. A lot of these guys in the 9K range, they're playing this event because like they know it's like a shot to win, right? Like they know they actually have a realistic chance. So I do like kind of loading up on that range, playing 2 or even 3 of these guys here. So I think that makes a lot of sense. Let's get to the 7K range, and that's always a range that we like way more than the 8K range. We'll go 7.9 to 7.5, so not even 7.6. We'll add 7.5 in that range. Gary Waterland, he is in there. Woodland, 7.5K. He's coming in at 15%. Honestly, all these guys are going to pretty much gain ownership. The only guy I'm seeing with single-digit ownership in this range is Lucas Glover. Billy Horschel, another Florida guy. He's definitely in this range at 7.9K that you can consider. Luke Clanton, I know he is, shown some upside for RPS, so he's someone else to look at. I mean, Taylor Moore, I always like rostering him. He's one of those guys that JVC said, like, I feel like he's better than some of the guys in this range. I like Taylor Moore a little bit, so JVC, talk about this range.
Yeah, the best play in this range is Taylor Moore. He's in my core. Florida's a red state, so Taylor Moore's obviously going to play well in a red state. But yeah, I mean, his game fits as well. He's a strong iron player. I don't really see any downside to playing Taylor Moore. I'd say the second best play in this range is Billy Horschel. He fucked us a few weeks ago, but, again, Florida guy. plays well with the irons. I really don't mind him on this course at all. I think that Billy Horschel's a good play at 7,900, should be priced up a little bit. Next would be Clanton. Again, it sucks that he didn't get, his card and everything, but, win one tournament and it all fucking turns around. And I definitely think he's live this week. He's Florida kid. He plays for Florida State. I think he's a great play at 7,700.
Yeah, I think I like that call. And yeah, the Florida State angle too, that's an interesting one as well. And I mean, these are big events for someone like him, right? Like these younger guys, I'm not saying like they get up for them, but listen, I'd rather bet on an upside guy rather than just like a dusty old, right? Just because he's got untapped potential that could come out at this event. So I like that. I don't know if he's a dusty dude, but Brian Harman, Tony. What are we doing with Brian Harman? He has not been showing it for you. I know he's one of your heroes, but Brian Harman's in this range. There's a lot of other golfers. We've got Gary Woodland, who we've talked about a lot as well. But talk about this 7K range, Tony.
Yeah, like always, I think this range is great. And I've always had a good pulse for Harman. He's made me more money than anybody. Like I feel like I know him. You play him when it's not some bomber's course that he has to get his little 4-foot frame around. This is a course that fits him. And I know his course history isn't great, so I'm contradicting myself a little bit. But I still think it fits. Like, I think this course fits the way he plays. And he's just not going to be owned. And he's one guy that I feel is too cheap in this range. And he's trending a little bit. I know you might not see it in the results, but looking at it, 21st, 53rd, 25th, 17th, 12th, it's trending a little bit in that direction. And it's the price more than anything. I think he's a great play this week. And the ownership just doesn't line up with it. I mean, we're looking at under 10% for sure. There's no way he gets to double digits, I don't think. Especially with all these good plays in here, because there's a lot of good plays that people are going to play. So I love Harman. I think he's a great play. Billy Ho, love Billy Ho. Smalley, I like Smalley's game. Smalley and Taylor Moore are super similar to me. I honestly get them confused a little bit. Like a lot of their history is the same. A lot of their results are the same. They're both somewhere around 50 to 1 to win, depending on the book you look. Their price is the same, and I think they're both great plays. It's
well, the
super
difference
easy.
the difference is Smalley has not been accused of sex crimes.
Is that good or bad? Does that help or does that hurt?
I don't know. But Taylor Moore
fun to boost. But I mean, this range is really good, though. I mean, I'm not a huge what is the JSU call him, JJ Spoon. I'm not a huge JJ Spoon guy, but he fits this course too. I mean, this range is just loaded. Again, that's why golf, when you're playing multiple teams, I think you can just spray this range a little bit. A lot of these guys, even the guys I don't like in this range as much, like Clanton, I don't love this fit for Clanton, but I love his talent. He's more talented than these guys in this range. I just don't know if the fit is perfect for him here, but still, he's from Florida, like you said, Florida State. I think he fits. Bez, this definitely fits. Yeah, I mean, I believe it. I think this course, I agree with JBC what he originally said, not just the top guys. I think a lot of guys in this field have played here a ton, local, and a lot of good fits is how I see it. Like Bez is a great fit. I know he's 80 to 1 or something, and the rest of this range is 40 and 50. But I think this course fits great for Bez. I mean, he's not going to win, which is one of the reasons his win odds are that way. But I think he's got as good a chance as anyone as finishing 18th or something, which is fine when we're building teams. So I love this range. Definitely my favorite's Harman, though. And this is kind of how I build, though. Like where I said I love Henley up top. I love some chalky guys at times, but then I'll play 2 or 3 guys in my team that are 6%, 2%, 8%, where it just doesn't matter. You're still unique. So Harman's my guy in here, number 1.
Yep, I think that's some good points there. I do think that 7K range is better than the lower 7K range. There's definitely good plays in the lower 7K range, but I think that 7.5 to like 7.9 range is absolutely loaded. You want to have a lot of your golfers in that range. So let's get the 7.4 and below. Harry Hall is there. Nikolai Højgaard, he looks like at 15% owned. He will be the highest owned guy in this range. Of course, there's a lot of different guys peppered in this range. I saw someone in the Discord chat said they would roster me. I think it was K. Reed. He said he'd roster me over Brian Campbell. I don't think I would do that, but hey, Brian Campbell's in this range as well if you want to take him. I don't got too many other guys to mention here. I mean, Grayson Sigg, Sam Ryder, Ryan Fox, but JBC, maybe you got some gems in here because I just think it's a handful of guys. It's nothing really too special.
He's
Maybe that's
you over a guy that just won a golf tournament.
That's what K. Reed said.
It's an interesting take.
Yeah, it's K. Reed's take, not mine.
It's not the pool; it's the golf course.
I don't know. Maybe it is in the pool. I'm not
This
sure.
course also seems like it fits Brian Campbell a little better than last week. Just saying.
Yeah, I don't know.
How does the fit man go? I mean, he's
It
taking
doesn't-
over him.
Because he can't hit it far.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't hit it that far,
But yeah, I mean, in this range, there's one guy that sticks out, Nikolai Højgaard. I presume he's going to be insane chalk just like he was last week. I think the 3K contest last week, he was almost 40% owned, and I see something similar happening again. That's the guy that everybody's going to pick down here. So then there's a massive gap after him. And rightfully so. Like Højgaard should be like fucking 8,800. But the next range, there's 4 guys that I really like in this range. Or sorry, 5 that are all round similar odds, all about 70-1 that I think are good plays. First is Bo Hostler, bit of a flop lag after last week. He let a lot of people down, but I think the course fits him well, and he's clearly down here for a reason, as we discussed. Next is Ryan Gerard, who I know that Tony and Snyder have been beating the drum on. I think it's a good course fit for him. Really like him this week. Next is Bud Cauley, another accurate iron player, a guy that typically would not contend or have, be able to compete with some of the guys that hit it further. But on this type of course, very good player. Next, it would be Harry Hall, who played well early last tournament before falling off a little bit at the end. These courses tend to fit these Euro guys a little better. His game's a little similar to Shane Lowry, and I think he's a pretty good play. And then the last one is at 7,200, Eric Cole. I know we fucking hate Eric Cole here, but I do not mind him this week, especially when compared with people at the same price like fucking Brian Campbell.
That is totally fair. Tony, I'm gonna poke the bear because Snyder's tossing hundreds around and says, "Oh, I want to bet man going this." How about you bet Tony? Tony, let's see this. Ryan Gerard is your winner. Tony, do you have a guy in this range that you'd like to put against Ryan Gerard?
You don't ever look at my content, so you're
I
trying
was going to say, Tony's going to take Ryan.
He's in my core, man, Cone.
I didn't know you were golf.
betting against the dude I like just as much as Snyder. JBC
In
just said it.
In my defense,
I did just say it.
Hold on. In my defense,
You don't listen to a goddamn word I say in your defense.
how often is Tony's core up before the show?
You haven't been watching this year.
I saw it
because it's been up a lot this year before the show. I've been doing a better job of it.
Hold on, I think I can do that. I think I can do this. Tony's score,
Run Pure
off the top of my head, without looking, I think I can do it. I think I can remember. Russell Henley, Ryan Gerard, and Harmon.
Could be.
I know.
You got to check out runpuresports.com to know for sure, though, baby.
I know the chat will back me up. Tony's core is always getting up during the show, typically. I know the chat will back me up. Sure, he's been on it. I'm just saying, in the past, if we're talking 5 years.
Oh, I mean, before this year, you're 100% correct. But the last 2 months, I've had it up early, though. I've had it.
I'm sorry.
Every week.
My bad
Oh,
over the last
week.
2 months. I'm just saying,
But
I think it's a good
Against
amount.
your case, though, JBC literally just said it leading into you that me and Snyder were on him. But, yes. I do like Gerard, though. He's been playing good. I mean, I was on him. What was it? Might have just been last week or the last couple times. That was a few weeks ago I was on him, though. I finished 15th at the Farmers. I was on him that week. So his last 2 events, 15th and 17th. He's, like Snyder said, he's from this area. He's comfortable. He finished 4th in 2023. He checks all the freaking boxes. I love Gerard. And his odds are the best, too, right, in this range, JBC? Are they? I think they're
Other than Højgaard.
One of them. I love him in there, but this range is loaded. I want to spray the 7K range. Højgaard obviously is a good play. Hosler let us down last week, but I mean, wasn't he? What was he last week? 10K,
9,100.
10K,
9,100. Yeah.
Yeah, and all of a sudden he's in a weaker field. He's in a better course fit too. Better course fit, weaker field, and 1,700 cheaper. I have to like that a little bit. Jake Knapp's played 6 straight weeks.
Another hero from the lineup last week.
He
Thanks
was in
for
there
that penalty
too.
getting rescinded.
I love it. And 4th year last year, you have to like him. Bud Cauley, I think Bud Cauley's a really good play. A sneaky play, Chris Kirk. I think Chris Kirk's a pretty sneaky play. He won this event 2 years ago, 7th 3 years ago. He's just too cheap. I mean, some of these guys in this range are just way too cheap. The guy I like a ton too is Norgard, this DP World Tour type guy. He's got a big game. We've played him a few times lately too, like in the value section. He finished 4th at the Hero on the DP World Tour, obviously, but I think this course fit's good. 34th last week at the Mexico, but I don't think that was the best course fit for him the more I thought about it. He's more of a plotter than a bomber. So I like him. I agree with JBC too. Eric Cole, I freaking hate Eric Cole. Like I hate him. He misses the cut every time I play him. But this course has to be good for Eric Cole. It has to be. He's like a cheap man's Harmon. Like he's just going to plod along. He can't hit it anywhere. He sucks at golf. But this course just fits him, so I have to like. And another guy,
he sucks at golf. But
he sucks at golf. I hate these little guys that hit it 250. Like you hit it 250 and you plod along, you 2-putt. I freaking hate those guys. And another guy I hate, another freaking Canadian that I hate, Mackenzie Hughes. Him and Eric Cole might be my 2 least favorite golfers out there, but they fit this course, so I have to play him. I have to play Mackenzie Hughes, even though I don't like him. I think he is a very good fit here. I'm not playing Brian Campbell off a win. I can't imagine playing him. A sneaky guy that I like that I don't think anyone's going to play. I haven't looked at ownership though. Is Sam Ryder. He's got pretty good recent history and 2 top 10s his last 3 times here, and I just think he is playing some good golf. So I'm going to be on Sam Ryder too. Was he going to get any ownership? I haven't looked at that.
I doubt it. I mentioned him. I don't think he gets any ownership. The 2 guys that are getting the ownership, it sounds like the guy you guys mentioned, Gerard, I assume gets some just because it sounds like everyone's talking about.
He's still an unknown though. Like people don't fully know him yet.
Yeah, and by ownership,
it's going to be all Højgaard. It's going to be all Højgaard.
Yeah, it's Højgaard, Hostler, and then probably Gerard are like the top 3 in this range. But again, like I don't know, is 10% that much? No, not really. You know what I'm saying? So not much you can worry about there. JBC, I scanned the 6K range and I was looking at some of the golfers, and based on the way the pricing is this week, I think a lot of people are going to want to live in like the 7K range and the 9K range most of the time. And I don't see a lot of guys in the 6K range I love. Now I get it. You could pepper guys in here, here and there. You could throw a Ventura in there at a couple of percentage points, but no one is really getting owned in this range. And of course, the 6K range, there's no guy that's getting like 10% or anything like that. But for me, I think it's more of a balanced week in a way. And by balance, I mean kind of loading up on the 9Ks and then just living in the 7Ks with most of my plays. Is there anything that sticks out to you in the 6K range, JBC?
There's some decent plays down here. I think Adam Svensson, Jesper Svensson, the Svensson brothers.
They're actually not brothers from what it looks like because they're from different countries.
Yeah,
but
But I think that they're both pretty good plays. Mac Meissner, I think, is a decent play. Matt Wallace, it's a great course fit. He's a bit of a head case, but
is he about that age though where it's like over for him? Is he old?
No, he just
he's
when he gets hot with his irons, he can play well, and this is the type of course that he could have potential to do well on. But beyond those, Fishburne, I think is a decent play. He was heavily owned last week and sucked ass. But other than that, I wouldn't go any further down than Hoey at 65.
Yeah, I'll admit I don't like. There's past weeks I've liked the 6K range more. Like JBC, would you agree the 6K was way better last week than it is this week?
Yeah. Just because, I think that there's less difference between the 8Ks and 7Ks this week than there was last week. You're getting guys like Højgaard and Taylor Moore at 74 and 7,600 who have better odds to win than Byung Hun An at 9K. So the pricing, I think, is worse this week than it was last week.
Yeah, thinks that makes a lot of sense. Big T, talk about the 6K range. No one's really getting ownership. I don't see a lot that sticks out. I already said that, but curious to see if there's anything that sticks out to you.
Yeah, I think you guys brought up good points, though, just because it's a week where, the favorite of the tournament's 20-1 in the 20-1 range, whereas lately we've had 5-1, 6-1, 4-1s when Scotty's in there. But you have the whole 7K range. You can get a 40-1 here, 50-1. You can build a whole team of people that could win the tournament easily. You finish with a guy that's 50-1, whereas if you dip down in the 6Ks, I don't know what the best odds are, 100 and something, a little over 100-1 or something in this range. But you don't have to dip down there. But the luxury to that is I don't think anyone's going to do that. So all these guys down in here, which if you look at like my player pool page on there, that's completed, Mangone, that's completed at runpuresports.com. But you can check that out. And so if a guy, I like Matt Wallace, Matteo Montecero, they're 2-3% owned. I can play 10% and be way above the field, and they could easily top 10, top 5, even win this thing up top. So I think it's a range that I want to get exposure to. But again, I always use the example main team versus 150 or 20 or whatever, 10 teams. You play 10 teams. I probably wouldn't dip down all that much until I got to 150 teams. But when I do, I definitely want some exposure to these guys because there's a lot of guys down in here that I like. Max McGreevy, I think he's just a talented guy that I don't think people realize it yet, but I like the way he plays. 6,700 unowned. You guys talked about him, but both Spence and Jesper, I think Jesper's better than Adam, but Adam's a ball striker. He just can't putt. I like both of those guys, though. Again, the luxury to this range is they're all going to be under 5% owned, and it's just easy to get overexposed to them. Justin Lauer, I think he's always in play down here, 6,900. This Phillips dude that's a Corn Ferry guy, I like what I see from him. He's been crushing the Corn Ferry. He's only 6,100. Let me pull up his things.
There are a lot of guys at the dead bottom that like Emiliano Grillo is 6,300, which seems crazy because he's an iron player.
And he can pop off.
Right.
And you just don't they're not main team players, I don't think. You're not gonna put, if you play one team, you're not gonna put that guy on there. But if you get to multiple teams,
this is 100% correct.
Shit.
Last year, Eckroat won, and he was 150-1.
Easily. It's still, you still got to have him get all the
because it's a Tomas course. It's just it's fucking water everywhere.
Yeah, tons of variance, and that means also another advantage too. I'm glad you just said that because it triggered something in me. Another advantage to go into these 6Ks, in your 150s and your 20s, is it's going to be a low 6-6. It always is here. So if you somehow miss one of your cheap guys, it's not going to hurt you as bad as it does, and it lets you get up to whatever else you want to. So I don't know. I kind of like the 6Ks a decent amount down here, but Matt Wallace is my favorite. This guy's popped up before. Was that who you were talking about being too old, Mangone?
He's not. He's 34. I was just curious.
Oh my God. I would have guessed 40. He's only 30.
Yeah, it feels like he's been around for a very long
time. Real young on Euro Tour and was winning when he was very young.
I just figured I'd ask because it feels like a while, and we talked about how I forget who the golfer was. Kisner fell off. We were talking about and stuff. So
Kisner is. No one's fallen off like him.
Yeah.
David Duval maybe.
David Duval.
David Duval fell off a cliff.
Oh, David Duval, Georgia Tech, baby.
Did he go to Georgia Tech? Did you see me set you up for that without even knowing it?
Yeah, that's my boy, David Duval.
How old?
Everybody thinks he's a dickhead, though.
JBC, let me ask you a question, MMA wise, right? So, you obviously, you won 100K. I think the past couple weeks, but in the last, in 2025, you won 100K or more twice in golf, right? So, Tony mentioned variance is huge here. How are you handling that in the optimizer and building your teams? Like, yes, someone might be building 20 teams, someone might be doing single entry, but in MME type formats, how do you handle the variance in golf?
You're spreading everything out a lot more than normal. I don't foresee myself having any player more than 25% at most, and that's probably still pushing it. Whereas, last week, I think I played, Batia. I think I played Batia like 35-40% or something. And this week, that's just not gonna. I mean, I'll probably get to 25 on Berger, but I can't imagine it being that much higher.
Okay, I wouldn't have guessed 25. I would have guessed probably 35 or 40. But yeah, that's a great
really spread it out.
Yeah, and I don't disagree.
Booty wide open.
I know it's a lame way to say it, but I think it's the truth. So I think you got to spread it out a little bit for sure.
Tony knows about that.
Tony, do you spread it out?
Yeah, in this one.
All right.
You have to. There's not any
of these guys to win. Literally, I have, when I'm looking at who I'm going to use in my 150, I'm 100% going to play every single person all the way down to Echevarria would be the first person that I might not play at 7,300. Every single person above him, I'm going to play.
What about salary, like mins or maxes, anything like that?
I'm not going to fuck with that because I think that then you're getting too deep in the weeds. Like I don't want to be playing Austin Eckroat over Henley. Like I don't want that. But like if it ends up meaning I have more Henley and Lowry than I originally intended, then so be it.
I just think it's like, so normal weeks, like say Scotty's 30%. Like I could see myself going 80, 70, 80. But like in this event, you got all these guys in the 20s up top. If I go like 30, 40, I want to get like most over on the guys like Harman, Gerard that are 7 to 10% by playing 30% of this. JVC doesn't do this, but this is how I do it. Where those guys, I'll go like 30% on Gerard. So I'm 3 times the field there. I'm 3 times the field on Lucas Glover. I'm 3 times the field on Brian Harman. Like that's where I'm leveraging the field. I'm trying to get pretty close to the field on all those like stud guys.
All right. Well, that is most of everything. Tony, do we want to go through any bets or talk about any bets? JBC, I don't know if you have any bets to kind of let the people know about. What do we got? JBC, why don't you go first? Have you given any bets out, or is that something you're doing later on?
I did, yeah. I'll throw a couple in here. I bet Berger. These are all at our partner, DraftKings. Daniel Berger at 25-1, Straka at 25-1, Davis Thompson 35-1, and then Højgaard and Moore at 55-1.
All right, those are the plays for JBC. Tony, do you have any bets or want to go through anything bet-wise?
Yeah, I was looking at what the current is. So Harman 60-1 on DraftKings, our partner. Harman at 60, Lucas Glover at 60, Gerard at 75, and Norgard at, oh my God, we got a bad price at our partner on Norgard. I'm not betting that with our partner. I'm betting that one elsewhere on Norgard. But the first 3 on our partner.
I do agree with Tony. I you spoke about Lucas Glover not being very high owned, and I like Lucas Glover as a play.
I think he like fits the course like perfect.
Yeah,
and he is aged well. I think he's
guys like honestly,
he can win this tournament.
Is he a Florida guy too? I think he is. I mean, a lot of
he's from Clemson.
Okay,
which is close enough.
Yeah. The reason I mentioned the Lucas Glover thing is I looked at the range and I just saw everyone was above 10% but him, and I was like, "That's
I understand why, but I'm gonna play him."
Yeah. Well, you're definitely playing him because you're playing 20. Your max own guy's 25%, right?
Right.
So, but all right, let's get to our guys that are going to win the event. Up top, I'm going to go first, so mine doesn't get stolen. I'm going with Daniel Berger. He's one of my guys up top. I'm going first. That's what I do as the host. I knew you were going to snipe at JVC, and that's who I wanted, so I'm going with that. JVC, who do you got next?
Straka.
Straka it is. Tony, who's your guy up top that you think wins the event?
Henley.
And dog.
All right. Russell Henley.
The good part about the guys up top when the odds are like this, though, I don't usually like betting the favorites, but we get 20-something to 1 on these guys.
No, last week I bet Batia at like 15-1. I was like, absolutely. Like,
yeah. I mean, I agree.
All right. You know what we're gonna do, Tony? We're gonna hit the old snake draft for you on the way back.
Then you shouldn't be afraid to ride the snake. Ride the snake.
Oh, I knew how much.
Yes.
I knew how much Tony would hate that, so that's why I did it. All right.
I mean, I gotta go. I mean, I already gave all my winners, but I'll just take Harmon just to take him.
All right, Harmon for Big T, JVC. My guess is you're going to say Gerard, but maybe you'll say someone else.
Oh, wait. What price range are we snaking?
Just a cheap golfer, right? So whatever.
I got you. We're doing a soldier.
Yeah.
Or as they call it, the rival to the Snyder Soldiers, the JBC Jihad.
That was last year's. I loved it. Last year.
when you posted that video of Shane Gillis earlier, it just made me think about
that. That was the funniest freaking.
I can relate to those guys a lot more. Yeah, that was fucking great. Yeah, Højgaard 7,400 for sure.
All right, Højgaard it is for JBC. I'll give Mangone's Minutemen if you want. That'll be mine, I guess.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Or Mangone's Militia.
Well, yeah, Militia's good too. Yeah, you can do that. I'm going with Taylor Moore. I'm a big fan of Taylor Moore.
You're snaking all. Why don't you just
Big
swing
T's
from
brigade.
JVC's ball bag? You're just
Big
taking all his dudes.
You think it's? I mean, those are just the
You just
guys I
named
like.
his
though.
favorite 2 guys. You're swinging from his song.
I think there's worse people slong to
Well, I'm
swing
not saying it
from
was
than
a
the
bad
guy who won
decision.
100K. I'll
I'm
just
saying
say
you gotta
that.
Pick your own dudes.
I did. I talked. I mean, I'll go first next week and tell you every guy.
Okay. So did you take 3 already? Are you done? You took Moore and who?
I took Moore and Berger. Those are the 2.
No, but I'm saying like it's a snake, so you're up again.
Oh, you want to go for a third? Okay, we can go for a third. Which range would that be, or is it just any? Is it any cheap guy?
We'll go, and let's go down to the bottom. Let's go below 7K.
All right, below 7K, we're doing a snake draft.
Then you shouldn't be afraid to ride the snake. Ride the snake.
Oh, any excuse to do that to Tony. So, my favorite. If I had to pick a cheap guy, which I actually hate this range, but I am up next. Got to make sure I don't steal one of JBC's guys, so Tony doesn't accuse me of swinging from his ball bag too much.
From the ball bag.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna go with. I might take one of Big T's guys. Actually, I'm gonna take Carl Phillips. I like KFT legends, so I'm gonna go with old Carl. Hopefully, he can get the job done. It's been a big season for Carl's. Carl Anthony Towns has had a big year. Maybe Carl Phillips.
Now you're just being mean.
I had a
dude
10K
down
hit
there.
in Showdown last week with Carl Phillips. I had no idea who he was.
The
Yeah.
funny thing is, I played him on Showdown too.
We did talk about, you weren't here last week, JBC, but I did mention KFT legend Jeremy Paul. So let's ride the KFT train with some Mr. Carl.
So let's see. Below 7K, I'm going with Jesper Svensson.
All right, yeah, Jasper Svensson. It is not Adam. Jesper, the one from Sweden. Tony, you are up for the final pick of the draft. Who do you got?
I got Matt Wallace. I got to go Matt Wallace. 34-year-old Matt Wallace.
We need to do a pick 6 also, by the way.
All right, we can do a pick 6.
We all picked 2 on the pick 6, or for round 1 here. I think
share the screen so I can scout it.
Scout the pick 6.
Are you sharing it or?
It's not legal in Kentucky, I don't think.
It's not
I
legal
never
here.
pulled it up. I'll pick a winner. I'll pick 2 winners though.
I could share it. I've got it up.
All right, share. It's not. I don't think it's legal here. Actually, I think it is, but you have to make like a certain. I don't know. There's a weird Colorado restrictions here.
How do I fucking share my screen on this shit?
You click present, and then
Present.
share screen.
Share screen. And go. All right. As you can see, I only have $200 in my DraftKings account right now.
Let me adjust this for us.
Is it working?
Yeah. I just got this is how. Now we can see it all.
There we go.
All right. So as you can see, we got, birdies are better. You got strokes, etc. So I'll start since I'm the.
Is this
screen
round
share.
one or is this like the whole?
This
the
is
whole
round one.
slate?
Round one.
Round one.
So round one, I'm going to go with Kurt Kitayama less than 69.5 strokes.
All right, Kurt Kitayama it is. Who's next in line?
Click that. I want to see what odds we get on this. You got to put it in for like something for us because we're gonna win.
I tried to look at bogeys or worse. There's only 2 golfers for bogeys or worse. That's it. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, just Billy and Taylor Pendrith.
Bet against your boy Pendrith. You hate him.
Yeah.
I wanted to bet against Spieth. I felt like that would have been a fun one, but
Yeah.
I'll put that as one of my picks. We'll bet against Pendrith. The driver's off. We'll take less. Or sorry, more. Sorry, I'm dumb. More.
What does that say for Henley right there?
Pars.
Yeah, let's go more. He's gonna make a lot of pars.
Okay, 11.5 pars. Tony, give me another one.
What was my boy Harmon?
Tony's score play is slamming pars, basically.
Harmon was 69.5 also.
Oh yeah, under that. We're going. That's a lock.
Okay. Mangone.
Yeah, I'm looking. All right, let's go with. I'll take burgers over on birdies or better. We'll take 4.5. We'll take the more.
Okay, burger. And then my last one is going to be Højgaard for over. For let's see if I bet $100.
You get $1,000 for that?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Minimum $1,000.
Don't lock. Can you put it in the cheese head if we win?
Yeah. Okay. I'll post this one on Twitter for everybody that wants to
DK partner.
Yeah, post it on Twitter from the show, and hopefully
we're definitely winning that one. I like that one.
Yeah. All right.
I like it. I wish they had more bogey options. I think betting against guys is fun. So.
For sure.
I actually like the bogey ones too, where you can root against a guy, especially with all this water.
Yeah, that's why there's not as many hung up there. That's got to be the reason for it. So, all right, that is the pick 6 for us. Is it Riles? It's finally legal here. I tried to make a bet one time and it said I didn't have enough selections or something weird. I don't know. I feel like there's still a little bit of restrictions on it, but all right. We went through all the golfers. I don't think we have too much else to say. Tony, give me any final thoughts before we get on out of here.
No, it's a crappy event, but I think we're going to do good. I feel we didn't have a lot of arguments again. I mean, I think we agreed on almost everything. Even though takes that I might have slightly different rankings, I still had pretty much the same takes, which is no fun. I wish we argued a little more about it. But
this week was not a week to argue. Every play is very similar.
Yeah,
I don't see a ton to argue about for sure, which is boring. But we'll argue plenty in the future.
Tony, what is our cheesehead bucket bet? It's
Henley versus Berger. Simple. 2 guys at the top.
2 guys at the top. All right, Danny, get the job done for me.
Unless you want to bet against Harmon. Do you like someone in that range?
I do not want to bet against Harmon. The guy that you get right, I'm not betting against. I'll concede. Right? You got to know
Harmon this week.
I am not big on Harmon this week. I'll disagree with Tony on that one.
I mean, people aren't going to like him. He's a little fella. I don't blame you. He's a little guy.
I think him and Fowler are similar plays. They both have upside.
Ooh, Ricky Fowler, I could never get behind.
Fowler's got a small schlong.
Good iron player.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if Ricky can get the job done. But all right, that is going to wrap it up for us. Thanks a lot for joining us on the show. For me, Mango, and JBC, and Big T. See you guys later.